Hello, I'm Greg Parranto. I'm the CEO of Endeavor Orthopaedics. Quick background, I spent my first 12 years in the Army and then 16 years with Synthes and Johnson & Johnson in the orthopedic space. And December of 2023, I joined Endeavor Orthopaedics at an extremely exciting time for the company. So who are we? Endeavor Orthopaedics is an IP-protected platform technology company focused on the treatment of avulsion fractures through the combination of the bony fixation with soft tissue management all into one sterile implant kit. We were able, before I joined the company, we were able to get 2 product launch with the first product on just $2 million raised. So extremely impressive. Got to the product launch, and then we said, hey, let's build the commercial organization. So when I joined, we'd already had the product had been on market in limited release, but no employees, and we had to go from there. So we just did our 138th surgery yesterday. We've done 6 surgeries in the last 4 days, so exciting momentum and ramp up of the product. We're doing a $2 million convertible note, which we're closing this month, that's fully committed, and then we're moving on to an $8 million equity raise, which we're in diligence right now with a lead investor. And so we're going through all of that work right now. So why treat avulsion fractures? So avulsion fractures are a notoriously difficult fracture to fix. It's any fracture that's got a bony fragment tethered to a tendon or a ligament, and you see up to a 50% reoperation rate of these fractures. They also are 9% of the 6.5 million fractures in the US, so we're talking a $2 billion market, and so it's a great area. Our first product is the Patella Summit Plating System, which addresses the patella plate, which is your kneecap. That's a smaller market, about $225 million, but it's very well documented, over 50% reoperation rate, and we're seeing a 5% reoperation rate in the procedures we've done so far. When you look at our pipeline, we recently filed additional IP. We have 13 patents right now, but we filed additional IP on 2 elbow implants, the olecranon, which will tether into your tricep tendon, and then we've got 3 utility plates, which could be used throughout the body. They'll predominantly be used in the shoulder, the hip, and the ankle. The really important thing to note for us, our unique technology isn't the plate and screws. It's not the titanium. It's the suture plate interface. So our implant comes with pre-attached sutures to tether into the tendons, and you can see in the upper left-hand corner the interface of the plate coming, or the suture coming into the plate, and it's got a one-directional slip knot technology, so you can tether in very easily to the tendon, pull on the tail there and tension it, and the surgeon's done in seconds. The most common feedback we get is the surgeon says, I knew I had to address the soft tissue, you saved me 30 minutes. You saved me 40 minutes in the operating room with a very simple way to do that. And then the exciting thing about that technology is I can put that piece on a family of plates in a relatively straightforward manner with FDA clearance. We could have a family of 25 plates for avulsion fractures throughout the body. So this is just a picture again of our patella plate tethered into the quadricep tendon and the patella ligament. You can see it's extremely low profile implant, and as I said, the surgeons have given us great feedback on really the speed of use and the overall outcomes. This right here is just highlighting that our patella plate, we exceeded the 100 surgeries a few months ago, and now we're at, like I said, 138, and the pace is really picking up. And then we're almost at design freeze. I would say design freeze for the elbow and the utility plates, but I want to do a couple of surgeon labs, right, and just to finalize that. And we expect once our funding, it'll be about 9 months to get those 5 products on market. This is just a competitive overview of what's on the market. We're the only product that's sterile packed and ready to go, addressing both aspects of the fracture. The important thing, or an exciting thing for us, is they just approved last week an article that was out of MOI in Missouri that did a retrospective study on the Synthes patella plate. So let me go back here. There was a timer on that, but real quick, that retrospective study, they looked at Synthes patella plate, and they had a batch of, I think it was 20 patients that were treated just with the plate, and then there was 18 patients that were treated with the plate and then augmented with some form of soft tissue. Their plate failed 40% of the time if it was just the plate. If they use soft tissue in conjunction with it, it was an 11% failure rate, so a significant improvement, but their plate's not designed for the 2, right? So the surgeon has to come up with how they're going to deal with the soft tissue. Ours is designed for that, and we're seeing that 5% reoperation rate, so a real validation of what we're trying to do with our products. This is the financial summary. Our goal is to hit 20 million in revenue by 2027. We think we'll hit about 1.5 to 2 million right now with a patella plate this year. And then the real key, this is moving faster than I can talk. The real key is launching these next 5 products. That's going to be the catalyst to growth. We'll go from a surgeon doing 1 to 2 cases a month to doing about 4 to 5 cases a week. So it's significant ramp up in our volume, which is exciting. I'm going to skip straight to this one, which is our raise. Like I said, we had $2 million to bring it to market. Our founders before called that a seed round and an A. So really we should be in an A round right now. We're calling it an A2 with this $10 million raise that we're doing. The $8 million will really allow me to grow the commercial organization. I don't have a VP of sales yet. That's my next hire. We close this equity round. I'm hiring a VP of sales next month. And then we'll scale the organization and ramp up our commercialization of the product. Exit strategy, we look to exceed the 6.8 multiplier, which is the average in this space. We think we can do that by having our 7 products on the market by the end of 2025, and then having a robust pipeline of another 15 to 20 products that we probably won't bring to market. We'll have our partner bring to market, then I'll have to reinvent the screws and the implants. This is our team. This is a surgeon advisory team. If you're in orthopedics, Jim Standard is the leader of MOI, Samir Mehta, Steve Quinnen. They all use our product. They're fans of what we're doing. They're joining our surgeon advisory board. And Dr. Norris is our founder and inventor of the product. And then we'll move on to our team right now. There's only 3 full-time employees. It's myself as the CEO. Dana Funk is our COO and one of the founders, and then Ryan is really our design engineer who's getting ahead of our pipeline. He's our quality manager. He's dealing with all our regulatory. So you can imagine the 3 of us are extremely busy. And then we have a board of directors that are also extremely experienced. There's 1 open slot on that board, which will be for our lead investor as soon as we're done. So with that, thank you. And if you have any questions, I'd love to talk to you afterwards.